Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome back to Operating Systems Lore. This is where I take the concept of operating systems and apply it to a fictional environment so that it can be better understood. On the last episode, we did like one term down here. We did device status table, and then we came back here and up here, and we established some color representations. And I was a little iffy on making orange represent the bad, even though it is opposite on the color wheel from blue. But in the end, I decided to stick with it. Now, we're going to do some more terms. That's what I have planned for today, some more terms. And then I want to get started on something else that is more story-driven. But right now, let's do some terms. So, hot standby mode. Standby mode. I remember when my professor asked me this, she's like, does anybody know what this means? And I said, that she's sexy. And nobody laughed. Nobody laughed. Anyway, this is a mode that a machine can be in where it is constantly monitoring other machines. I'm thinking more sort of CPUs to do their job in case they fail. Alright, now this is going to be a term. Why is this bullet thing way over here? I don't appreciate that. I don't know why I felt the need to do that. Oh, I'm doing that. I can just... Oh, I guess I can't just do that. I thought Shift Tab made it go back the other way. Yeah, it does. So why didn't it work before? Freaking racist word. So yeah, this is gonna be a mode. This mode is primarily used for security, but can be applied to any machine or program. Okay. So, you guys probably don't know what hot standby mode means. When you have a computer and you have multiple things, like, for example, CPUs doing stuff, sometimes the CPUs will be working on one project, sometimes they'll be working on their own separate projects, blah, blah, blah. What hot standby mode is, a CPU is just sitting there. It's idle. It's not doing anything, and it's watching another CPU, and when the CPU that's being watched fails, the CPU that's in hot standby mode that was watching that one CPU will pick up its job. So, in this story, I'm thinking of something like security bots or something. They're just waiting for something else to fail. That's why I said it's primarily used for security, but pretty much it's any machine that's just idle and waiting for something to fail so it can do its job. Ooh, that could be like a term for the villain or something. Like they want Opera's job. Which I do plan on this story having a villain in it. Okay? Hybrid. That's going to be union of... you can capitalize that U. I thought you were going to do it on your own. Union of two algorithms. And that's not really complicated. This is going to be a term. Oh, snap. This up here, I didn't decide whether or not it was a term or not. Yeah, this is going to be a term. This is also going to be a term. And it's going to be exactly what it says. When two things, mainly algorithms, are combined. Which, really, that's what a hybrid is in general. Like, even outside of operating systems, that's what a hybrid is. And I think we're going to do one more term, and then I'll do something else. I-O. Oh, yeah, I already told you guys what this one means, but I didn't tell you what it means within the story. So, input-output. Communication between various components of a computer. Now, that's what it means in OS. So, this is going to be a term. And basically, what I/O is outside of the story, inside operating systems, I/O is talking about input output. So, if like say I wanted to search something and I typed it in Google, that would be my input, and the results would be Google's output. You know, you put something in, you get something out. That's what input output is. So for the purposes of this story, it's going to be a term used to talk about communication with users. Yeah, it's going to be primarily used with users. It's not necessarily concerned with just users. Anyway, that's the last term for today. We're going to go back up here and we're going to do some story stuff. And basically, like, I don't have a story yet. I have characters, but I don't have a story. So let's go. Actually, let's go to the bottom. Let's go to the bottom and do this. Story. So what's our story gonna be? We already know it's about Opera, and it takes place in comp. So what would an operating system have to deal with? An operating system has to deal with organization. Let's say the organization of comp. So, hold on. Let me start from the beginning. When you're writing a story, the basicness of writing a story is to have a character or a set of characters, to have a problem, and then to have to have a goal, not a problem. To have a goal, and then to have something separating that character or set of characters from those goals. So we have our character, and that's Opera. So let's put that down. Character, problem, not problem. Stop saying that. Goal, and separating factor, also known as the antagonist. I was hesitant to type antagonist because a lot of people, when they hear the term antagonist, they think it has to be a physical entity within the story. So like Batman's antagonist would be Joker, but they don't realize that it can just be a concept. Like life can be an antagonist. This is a discussion I had about what's that movie called? Inside Out, because there was this one YouTube video where they said that Joy was a villain, and I was like, no, Joy is not a villain. That makes no sense. And unless you're trying to say the word antagonist, which that makes even less sense because she's definitely the protagonist. And people were arguing that the story needed a physical entity to be the antagonist, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. Which is weird because even Google will tell you that it needs to be a physical entity, but that's not true. An antagonist can be anything that gets between the protagonist and their goal. So we have protagonist. That's Opera. We already know this. Goal. Keep comp safe and organized. Now we need a problem to stop that. We need an antagonist to stop that. So what would not keep comp safe and organized? Disorganization would, but that's a bit too broad. I would like a villain. I'm planning on making Opera a hero, and she needs a foe. So, what would go up against maybe another operating system? That would be interesting. Another operating system. That's a possibility. I'm going to write it down. Another operating system. See, in my head, I'm trying to avoid saying spoilers as I'm typing the story. But I have to remember, like, we're supposed to be creating this story, this world together. So as far as spoilers go, that'd be fine. Because my thought process is, maybe I was going to have another operating system come in and help Opera. Of course, the twist could be that the new operating system is the villain, which would be awesome because I would dress them in orange, and that'd be a nice little metaphor right there. So that's what I'm thinking, another operating system, because that way the other operating system can come in, pretend to be helping Opera, but really go into their own means, and secretly they're making Opera's job, or Opera's life, harder. So that's that, and that's all the time we have for this video. I'm very shocked that this is the only part I got from this story. But yeah, Opera is our protagonist, which we already knew. Her goal is going to be to keep comps safe and organized. And an antagonist is going to be another operating system, whose name I do not have yet. Maybe I'll call it like system or rating or something like that. I don't know, but that's for the next video. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, we got that done, and we got a couple of terms to find. Remember, guys, if you want to make any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I definitely appreciate anything you guys have to offer. I just said anything you guys have to offer. Anything you guys have to offer. I would love to see what you guys think about this story. That's going to be all for now. So long, farewell, ad vidae, and goodbye.